Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Rusty Nelson, and welcome. This is number nine in questions and answers. If you'd asked me a little while ago, did I ever think that it was going to be going this long, this YouTube channel thing, I would have said no. But I am actually having a blast doing this. And let me say thank you very much for folks that have subscribed. I really appreciate it. And I'm having so much fun meeting people that watch the channel, and it's fun talking to them out in the squares and stuff like that. So I'm probably enjoying this more than you are, but thanks a lot for subscribing and liking and all that stuff. Today is a bunch of different questions, but I want to address one that I talked about before. I'll put the link up there, and it had to do with barking dogs. The other part was spam and scrapple, and I got some really funny notes from people with the spam and scrapple, so I find that great. And but the dog thing really got some people's feathers all ruffled up, or fur ruffled up, I guess you would say, pun intended. I'm going to address this really fast, and then I want to move on. First of all, as you know, if you've watched it before, you know I love animals, so I'm not like the cranky old dude that hates animals, that type of thing. I understand that the Villages is a pet-friendly neighborhood, right? There was two parts to that. One was about barking dogs, and my point is that I don't think people that own dogs realize that when their dog is barking more than 2 or 3 times to get in the house, when it's barking more than that, it is really annoying to your neighbors. Some people, it may not bother them, but by the email that I got and the comments that I got, there wasn't one person that said, barking dogs, they're great. You go out in the town at night and you have a good time, you leave your dog out and it howls all night waiting for you to come home. You don't even realize it, but trust me, your neighbor's doing it. It makes it really uncomfortable for them to come talk to you about the barking dog. Enough of that. The next part of it was peeping on people's lawns, peeing and pooping on people's lawns. The dogs. Like I said, I realize that it is a pet-friendly community. I totally get it. My lawn, not a big deal. It's a pretty tiny lawn, if a lawn at all. Wait until my allergies are starting to kick in. So it's not a big deal to me. But here's 2 parts to this. One, there are the people that pay for extra lawn. They pay for a corner lot, a big lot, because they look forward to having that nice green lawn, and they go out every day and they manicure it, they take care of it. They don't have somebody else come mow it. They do it themselves. They fertilize it. They take care of the bugs and everything, do it themselves. And that's their retirement hobby. They love doing it, that and their garden and everything else. But for some reason, and this is just a difference in opinion. This is not my opinion. Some people think that when they buy a dog, and because they live in a dog-friendly community, that somehow they gain the rights to intrude on somebody else's lawn, private lawn, whether it be small, big, or whatever. They gain this right when they get an animal, and that person should just automatically say, I give up my rights to my lawn, my private property, so that you can walk your dog on it. I don't believe that. I believe that the person, when they buy that property, that they have the right to be respected and have their lawn respected. And that's all I was saying. That's the gist of it. You get to believe whatever you want to believe, but that's my belief. Now, people said to me, and I guess I'm going to address one of the questions right away. Well, what do you want me to do with my dog? And one lady told me that I should move to a different retirement community because she, quote, had the right to park her dog on my lawn and pee all it wanted. And basically, I don't get that. I don't get the logic, and nobody's explained it to me yet. In reality, peeing and pooping once in a while, that's okay. Corner lot where everybody's peeing and pooping? Nah, I don't think so. Okay, moving on. I wanted to say one more thing. I'm going to start, and I hope if it does get people a little riled, let me know. But I'm going to start putting on some kind of weirdo travel, more like maybe TV show kind of things. Every once in a while, put an episode on if I find some weird place to go. I just recently went kayaking. That was a lot of fun. And I'll be doing one really soon. My girlfriend came out, and when Gloria was here, we went to the spa. Now, Gloria's over there. There's no way she's going to let me point the camera over there, but they stick you under a sheet, or they don't stick you there. They go out of the room, and then you get under here. So she's laughing. And then I guess you go like this. So this will be an experience. And I'm getting some kind of rock thing. Hopefully I can record Himalayan. That. Himalayan rock thing? Okay, that's what I'm getting, a Himalayan rock thing. So here we go. You're going to like that one. That's kind of funny. Went to dinner over, had a nice romantic kind of couple of evenings, and some other stuff. And Bob and Liz, it's all done and recorded. The only thing I have to do is, hi, Bob and Liz. If you've seen them before, really nice house, and they have some interesting information about the pool and that type of thing. So I can't wait to get that one on. Anyway, let's jump in, and I say that too often. Let's start with the first question. Let's get to it. Just so happens, you can hear Bob laughing there. I actually have Bob on the phone for this, Bob and Liz on the phone for this question. Question for Bob and Liz. When you purchased your lot, were you given base prices for the models of homes so you could compare and decide which models to choose before you went to the design center before sitting down to add your upgrades and colors like countertops and etc.? So I'm going to kind of hand the microphone over to these guys and let them answer the question for you. Go ahead, guys.
Yes, we were given models and base prices, and actually Liz was wanting to go with a linden model, and I like the mossy oak. But between
January,
late January, when we bought our lot, and our design meeting was for March 29th, they had a price increase, I believe, of 12%, and that affected the base price by about $39,000, I believe.
Wow!
So yeah, so we actually did switch from a linden to a mossy oak, but we're able to make changes to an interior wall that Liz wanted to change.
Yeah, no, As you know, we already did all the video on this, so everybody's going to get to see that. But so when you got, they said, okay, well, this is the base price right now for the mossy oak, and then when you went into the design center, they basically gave you, as you did. Now, did they give you right away? Did they say, okay, it's going to cost this much to move a wall, or was that you had to wait for it?
Well, by going with the mossy oak, we the linden was a higher price, so that's how we absorbed that price increase by switching to the mossy oak. And I think
there wasn't a cost increase to remove the wall.
Yeah,
because you're taking all that structure.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, Liz, that there wasn't that big of a price increase on removing the wall, because obviously you're doing away with materials.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think they. Again, they don't give you an exact, but they say that's not gonna be that bad.
You have to remember though that we bought the house during COVID and during the supply chain issues.
Yeah.
So that was the real reason. I don't think it goes up that much for most people. I mean, we were just in a strange time. They couldn't get wood. We had to sign that maybe they could use metal if they had to instead of wood studs.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got it. And I'm sure you are. You're glad you got it when you did, because since then we've all done fairly well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, all right.
I think they've had a couple more price increases.
Yes, they have. So anyway, thanks a lot. I'm sure everybody's going to be happy to hear that. And I will be down there soon, and we'll put the video of you guys up. And I would say enjoy your St. Paddy's Day.
Well, same to you. We're going to.
Yeah, I bet you are. It's sitting out by your nice pool. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. And I'm sure everybody appreciates that. And I will see you in a short time when I get down there.
Okay.
All right.
See you in a little bit.
Sounds good.
Bye. Well, that was really fun talking to Bob and Liz, and hopefully they answered the question for you there. And on to the next question here. Thanks for sharing the blooper. Yeah, we'll have a blooper at the end of this because I did a blooper in the very beginning of this. I'll throw that on the end. We are all human. I have a question. Do you have, actually there's two in here, really kind of. Do you have veterinarians practicing in the village shops? And I am a single female veterinarian looking for a safe place to retire and work a little too. Thanks again for your videos. Just found them today. Well, RoboCat, thank you very much for writing in. Let me address, we already addressed the blooper thing. Let me address the veterinary thing. And I'm going to bring up an image here because I actually had to do a little research on this. And being a single female veterinarian, I think you'll find one is very pet friendly here, and also it's I would call it a fairly a nice, safe place for a single female. Now let me jump over here and we'll bring up a image here for you to take a look at. What I did is not bring an image up. I went on to Google and typed in veterinarians in the Villages, Florida. Each one of these red dots on here is actually some type of veterinarian clinic. But if you go right towards the center here, this being Sumter right here, you can see there's just tons all over the place. I'm not sure whether this is actually a person that's a veterinarian, but if some of the listeners can jump in and help out here if they have any suggestions. But it seems like there are a lot of veterinarian clinics and hospitals around. So anyway, I think that's kind of gives you the answer, but definitely a safe area. And I just can't imagine that you wouldn't be able to find a place to work in one of those red dots right there. On to the next question. The next question, I thought it's kind of basic, but I forget, like I said in the beginning of this, how long I've been doing this. But Jean wrote, she writes, how do you do a lifestyle tour? Well, this is basically what, how this whole channel got started was when I made my first phone call. So anybody that's just starting out, I'd really recommend, and I'll put the link up above, my first video starts with my decision to come down here, and then I recorded each phone call. So if you go back and listen to those videos, you'll actually hear and you can watch the whole progress of going through the whole thing and coming down for my first lifestyle tour. So it's kind of fun. If you go back, start from the very beginning, you'll go through all the things that I went through and then some in doing the lifestyle visit. So that's it. I'll put the links down below and above. On to the next question. All right, this one's kind of funny. I had to throw this in there. Peter writes, good info, but an unrelated question. What brand of sunglasses are those? Now, let me tell you something. First of all, I catch a lot of crap about the glasses. I wore those when I was sailing out in California when I used to do sailboat racing. And they just kind of fit in out there, and that's how I got them. Now, when they came out here to the East Coast, they didn't have the quite same thing, but I just kind of refused to get rid of them. And my girlfriend she would wish I would get rid of them. But I've grown really used to them because I'll tell you the reason. They fit so well on my eyes and they ventilate just right, but they don't allow, when you're on the water, a lot of the glare. You see football players wear the white and the black underneath their eyes to keep the glare down. Well, they come to just the right point on my eyes and they keep the glare out, but still allow enough ventilation in. So there you go, the Wiley X Saint. And I don't think you can get them anymore. You may be able to find them aftermarket. But anyway, that's it. On to the next question. The next question comes from Joy, and Joy is definitely not the only one, but I'll read this for a second and then I'll explain. I subscribed to you several months ago, and yet I never get notified when you post a new video. We enjoy them, and thank you very much, Joy. And you are not the only person that's written in about this, and there are multi-parts to this, so I figure, you know what? I'm going to answer this in one big clump, and please feel free to pass this along to other people because it'll probably help them out. First of all, I don't believe that you get notified anymore by email. So you're going to get notifications on your phone. So this comes in 3 parts. You need to have YouTube set up right. You need to have your bell set up right, and you'll see what that is in a second. And you need to have your phone set up right. And I've got little clips on here that's going to explain everything. And at the very end, I'll put a QR code up on the screen, which you can just take a picture of, put your camera up to it, and it'll automatically take you to the whole full article if you so desire. Take a look at this. This is actually your YouTube settings. Now, I pulled this off of my page, and if you go on to your YouTube channel, and you go to settings and then go to this page notification, you need to make sure that all of these switches are in the right-hand side so that you get notified. The next part of this is that you have your bell set up correctly. And I'm going to play a quick clip right here from YouTube. Now, you can go on there and this is their training type thing, but go ahead and take a look at this really quick.
When a user subscribes to a channel, they have 3 options to receive notifications: all, personalized, and none. For example, there are users that are subscribed to hundreds of channels, and they might not want to be notified for every single video that is uploaded. And we want to give that flexibility for viewers to do so. Recently, we've updated the feature set. Viewers were confused as to which state they're in. Specifically, the personalized bell, we've changed it to a hollow bell icon to ensure that viewers understand what bell state they're in.
Now, you're set up on the app itself, the YouTube app, to make sure you get all notifications, and you now have the bell set to all. Hopefully, if you just set it to personalized, the only thing it's really going to do is filter out some of the things that it thinks you may want to watch or don't want to watch. So you're kind of like leaving it to YouTube to figure it out. The last part of this little thing is you want to make sure that your phone's set up right. So watch this clip. I think YouTube does a pretty good job at this. You know, let me know what you think, but I think they explain it straight away on this part. And then I'll give you the QR code right after this and one little other tidbit.
So the first thing is to make sure you're logged into the right account on YouTube. Then you want to subscribe to a channel, hit the subscribe button, and then you want to hit the bell icon on that channel and make sure it's set to all notifications. Then, and here's where there's some confusion, you want to double check on your device that notifications for YouTube are enabled. So on an Android phone, you want to go to Settings, and you want to go to Apps and Notifications, then YouTube, and then you want to toggle that and make sure it's set to on. On an iPhone, you want to open your device's Settings app, you then want to open Notifications, click on the YouTube app, and toggle that switch to make sure it's set to allow notifications.
If you went through all 3 of those screens, setting up your YouTube right, setting up the bell right, and setting up the notifications on your phone correctly, you should be getting notified. Now check out this screen right here. This is information that I get on the backside of my YouTube channel. And it says, if you look at this, subscriber bell notifications. Then this is subscribers who turned on the all notification for your channel. So that means out of just the people that actually hit the button and subscribed, only 20.6% of you have actually hit the all bell. So that's probably why you're not getting notified. You have to hit that all bell on there, the solid bell. And of those 20%, right, so you only got 20% that did that, they don't have 14%, only 14% of those have the enabled turned on the YouTube, which is one of those things I showed you how to do. That's it. If you look at it, the statistics are saying that you're probably not set up correctly to get notifications. So go back and check those. And if you want, go ahead and let people know about this video, pass it along, and maybe it can help them out. So that the last little thing is right down there in the corner, you see a QR code. If you know how to work that, you can go watch the whole video from YouTube off of that. On to the next question because that took too long. From Gene, who writes, what kind of floor repair kit is in each of those homes? I noticed them in the closets. Well, they usually leave behind pieces of the carpet, tile, flooring, etc., so that you have something to repair. In other words, in my bathroom, I actually had a problem with the little cutout in there that holds the soap and shampoo and stuff, and they had to replace it. So those pieces of tile that were left over are left with the home. Also, you get a really descriptive with all the model numbers and codes of all the pieces to the whole house in there. So if you want to reorder something or find it, it kind of makes it easy to do. And that's what they are. On to the next question. One of the great things about the comments down below is when I do these quick tip type things around the house. And I did this one on what I call my filter day, where I go through the whole house and I showed everybody how and what I do, changing out filters and that type of thing. But Randy also wrote in, he says, great video. I do all these things, but I also vacuum out my refrigerator coils every 6 months and lube my garage door chain and rollers. So it's kind of funny you say that because one of my quick tips that's coming up, I show you how to lube all that on your garage door, the rollers, the chain, and so on. So stay tuned for that one. But thanks a lot for contributing to that, Randy. One thing I forgot to say on that filters thing, on that quick tip, was I change out my toothbrush. Make sure that gets changed out if I haven't done it. This next question from Bill, well, I'll go ahead. Let's just read the question. Thank you for great videos. Content has been very helpful in my exploration of the villages. I have a very basic question. When you buy a home in a particular neighborhood in the villages, do you have access to those amenities in that neighborhood, or can you use the amenities in the other villages' neighborhoods? I think I have to kind of take myself back to when I first came to the villages, and you just cannot grasp how big it is and everything that's there. And the great part about that is, Bill, you do have access to everything pretty much. There's a couple of little country clubs that you can't go to. And if you have a couple of gyms, you have to have a membership. But basically, you have the run of the mill. And that's the great thing about the villages. If you don't like one part, you can go to another part, or you can, who knows, you can go wherever you want pretty much in the villages. So that is about it. And I thank you so much for joining me. And thanks for subscribing. Go back and look at your notifications and everything. And I'll try to put the links to the videos I mentioned down below. But if not, you can always go to my page and just go through the whole list of the content there. It's really easy to do. And I highly suggest you do it because I started this from the very beginning when I first got down here, and now I go back and look at those videos. I think they're kind of funny till today. But I have a bunch of fun videos coming up, so go ahead and please subscribe. And as I always say, I will either see you back here on YouTube or I will see you down in the villages. Hope you had a great St. Paddy's Day and the rest of your week goes well. See you later. Everything else you can use wherever you want, wherever you can go to. That's great for you. And that sucks. God, that was bad. Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Rusty Nelson, and it is St. Paddy's Day, and this is the nice green thing I have on, and I just got out of my physical and playing racquetball and all that kind of stuff. So, racquetball? Racquetball? I haven't played racquetball in 40 years. That's a blooper.